Is in the know for Friday, March 8th, the 68th day of 2024. There are 298 days left in the year. Good morning, MD, guiding you through In the Know at K105 on Litchfield's Country Station 1039 The Moose, live online at K105.com via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify podcast, on Facebook, on YouTube, on the platform formerly known as Twitter, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country, along with the rain last, what we have to look forward to this weekend, daylight saving time, that and a whole lot more. Coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, flying Mach 9 with her hair on fire. Here's my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beach. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy to be in this seat right here.
You happy to be back over there?
Saying, yes.
You didn't like my chair?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I do not.
Didn't realize it was so hard, but
No, I do
okay. Daylight saving time is coming up early Sunday morning, and we will make the adjustment. But do you know who will not make the adjustment?
Children?
Gertie May. She does not
okay.
know. She cannot tell time, so she doesn't know that 6 is really now 5.
Mm-hmm.
So she if she's accustomed to eating at 6, she's going to be accustomed. She's going to be wanting to eat at 5.
Yes.
Come Monday. So unless you've been able to tell her and convince her that the time is changing.
haven't.
No.
No.
Okay. So
Yeah.
she's not proficient in math yet.
No, she's not. And I have a feeling she'll just eat in between that window.
Yeah, I got it.
You
So
know.
she's more of a 5:30 eater.
She
She's
is.
like the
I strive for 5:30. That way, if I go one way or the other,
she's on the AARP plan of eating dinner. She likes to eat about 5:30 and just have the rest of the evening off. He is the 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio News Hawk Award. He's the 2-time Silver Sound nominee, covering every corner of the globe: London, Budapest, Rio, Tokyo, and even Litchfield. He's Sam Gormley and the Sports. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
A little fatigued, but recovering. Happy to be back at home and getting into a routine. And of course, about the time I get the routine back, time's going to change. Do you like the additional daylight, Sam?
No opinion?
No opinion whatsoever?
Yeah, I don't like. As my dad would always say, can you do anything about it? And the answer to that is no. And he says, well, why worry about it? I'm like, well, that's a good point to have. And I
Want to know
can't do anything about it.
Who likes daylight saving time the most? The golf industry.
Well,
They think that because, if people work until 5 or 4, or they work at the same time every day, but if there's more daylight after the end of the workday, people have more time to go play golf. And they think that it may make $100 million difference in golf revenues just because of the change.
Wow.
So it can be big. Weather-wise, this final weekend of standard time is going to be soggy today, and then into tomorrow we're going to see some on and off downpours through tomorrow afternoon. We'll see some falling temperatures tomorrow afternoon as well. We're going to see rounds of rain today, a 66-degree high, rain chance 100% tonight, a low of 54. Rain and thunder tomorrow with falling temperatures, the high of 56 tomorrow. Then by tomorrow night, 34. Still going strong in Frankfort, and they've got some days to go. They'll save a few days back for veto override if need. But one of the things they're working on this week, legislation that would make changes to Kentucky's open records law, was approved by the House State Government Committee yesterday. It's HB 509, sponsored by Jonathan Hogston from Fisherville. Sam, you know where Fisherville is?
That's somewhat. Is that like Pendleton County?
I don't know. I don't know where it is. But I bet I'm about to find out. In the 1970s is
Louisville.
our current. It is Louisville?
Mm-hmm.
Fisherville is in Louisville? Why don't they just say Louisville?
Because he's from Fisherville.
Oh, I guess so. Shout out to Fisherville. He said that the panel makes 3 revisions to the law, which has been in effect since the 1970s, also kind of known as sunshine laws. And the three changes are anyone working for a public agency who is a board appointee, even an unpaid one, would have an official email account for them to do their official business. Those working for a public agency who conduct official business on personal accounts would be liable for discipline from their agency or dismissal if they are board members. And a public agency complying with both provisions listed above shall only be required to search for or produce to a requesting party electronic information or documents that are stored or contained in an agency-issued device or the agency-designated email account. What does all that mean? Okay. So under open records requests, email, paper trail, etc., all public information. We can send a request for that. You got to turn it over in a reasonable amount of time. But just like most of us in our daily lives and even in our business lives, we have found our professional communication finding its way to your personal device, and much of it is carried out in text. Yes. Well, some organizations are shoving back, going, those text chains are not subject to open records. And then the people on the other side saying, well, wait a minute. Yes, they are if it's official business. So this is an attempt to force, if you're on the planning commission, if you're on the tourism commission, if you are a magistrate, you must be provided with an official address, and you are being strongly encouraged to conduct any any communication relative to your service to those organizations within that, and you can be punished if you're having that communication done on a personal device where it can't be monitored, it can't be accounted for, etc. So seems to me, I like our open records requests, obviously from our profession. We like them to be as lax as possible because they make it easier for us to hopefully source out information that the public needs. But I also think that it's in a reasonable accommodation to better define what is and what is not, so that they cannot hide behind, well, that was done on their personal cell phone text, and so that's not part of open records. Well, then you shouldn't be having those conversations on your personal account, is what is going to happen. The only thing I don't like is it makes it a little bit harder. It's one additional layer to get to the truth of the information. The Senate voted yesterday to expand insurance coverage for people seeking treatment for stuttering. And the bill's sponsor credited a former basketball star with the assist. The Senate action to advance the bill came after Michael Kidd-Gilchrist endorsed the measure at a Senate committee hearing. MKG played on the national championship team at the University of Kentucky and then spent several years playing in the NBA. But it's his willingness to open up about his own struggles with stuttering that won praise yesterday. Senator Whitney Westerfield said he's a hero and a game changer for using his position to influence and to do good for people that won't have the resources that he had access to. MKG is one of my favorite cats of the Cal era because he was willing to do the hard-nosed, dirty work that some others were not. He was an extreme lockdown defender, and he was humble. He was not someone who was out showboating and looking for accolades. He just had a lunch pail mentality, and I'm so happy for, A, his success in the NBA, but B, trying to help future generations of people who, again, like Whitney Westerfield said, that maybe not have the same access to resources that he had. So good for him. Speaking of the current day UK men's basketball team, we didn't get to talk yesterday about Wednesday night's game, but UK defeated Vandy. Rob Dillingham was kind of feast or famine. At times he looked great. At times he looked average, but he still ended up sneakily scoring, what do you have?
24?
30, 25, 24 points. And 23, and the Cats defeated Vandy. So now they will play Tennessee tomorrow at K-Town, and then they will have the SEC tournament. Outcome from tomorrow determines whether they have the potential to play 4 games next week or only 3 games next week. I guess we'll know that sometime later tomorrow. But then it's an exciting time. Selection Sunday, 1 week from Sunday. And it's about to be an exciting time of year, probably the best time of the year.
Whitney
It's
was already
about
talking some smack on Wednesday, so I
She
did
was?
just
some smack.
Well, I don't know if it would. Yeah, she did mention brackets.
she was ready.
Oh, yes. She and her bracket prowess.
Even
But
though
if
you
you
are the
think-
defending champ.
Yeah.
But I think she kind of had one of those. You could tell it was like, you better keep
Yeah.
sleep with two eyes open this year because she's
By
coming.
technicality, I was the champ. We're getting ready to go through a period now, though, the best sports season of the year, and it's extra good this year. We're getting ready to go March. We're getting ready to go SEC tournament, March Madness, Masters,
Opening
then
day.
into opening day, Derby 150, PGA Championship, Memorial Day weekend. This is going to be, if you live in this part of the country, it's going to be a great time. Now, the third region tournament is going to wrap up. I've kind of been out of pocket on that. So we had some third region announcements this week. Coaches of the year named.
We've had everything has been announced for us. So we had our newcomers of the year announced on Tuesday, which was Alex Madden from Hancock County and Anna Miller from McLean County. And then on Wednesday, we announced our first and second team for both boys and girls. And this was voted on by our media poll. So for Grayson County, Sydney Perkins was second team all region, and Jack Logston and Spencer Langdon were both second team. And then coach of the year yesterday, Chad Mormon was the girls coach of the year from Breckenridge County, and Ryan Tinsley, former Grayson County Cougar, was the boys coach of the year. And then this afternoon at noon and 2, we will announce the girls player of the year and the boys player of the year.
All right. And do we have a girls champion yet?
No,
Or is
we
that
only
tonight?
have we've got 4 left. So we've got semifinals tonight. So you've got
Girls semifinals are tonight.
correct. Breck against Owensboro and Catholic against Meade, and then they'll play in the championship Sunday afternoon. And then the boys are down to 4 teams as well. You have Butler, Ohio County on Saturday, and then you'll have I've got it pulled up. Owensboro Catholic and Muhlenberg County on Saturday, with that championship being on Tuesday.
So what you're telling me is there are still 2 Davis County schools in the third region tournament semifinals for the girls?
Correct.
Who would have imagined that?
I'm not allowed to talk about that anymore because I made everybody mad.
Didn't know everybody.
No, more just, well, I don't know if you saw, but there was one account that said the Owensboro Catholic fans were forced to listen to it. So apparently I was holding a gun to their head, telling them they had to listen to the Grayson County broadcast. So
Get your own media outlet. That's what I would
they
tell
have
you.
one.
Must not be worth watching. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. Got more on the way here on In the Know.
What do you call someone who puts your family's interests ahead of their own? Someone who takes time to listen without rushing you or passing judgment. Someone you can count on to help guide you through one of life's most difficult times. At Watkins Funeral Home, we call someone like that a friend of the family. For families making funeral arrangements in Litchfield, there's only one thing you need to know. You've got a friend at Watkins Funeral Home. For more information, visit us online at rogers-watkins.com.
Everybody get ready, time to start a new day. Let's hit the ground running in a healthy way. Take a first step to fitness, even if it's just a little. Soon you'll be feeling just as fit as a fiddle. Fit as a fiddle on a July night. A walk around town, make you feel alright. Take the first step to fitness, even if it's just a little. Soon you'll be feeling just as fit as a fiddle.
Community Health Partners want you to be as fit as a fiddle.
Successful small business owners know that having an ally in decoding the data of your business performance is vital. A trusted source that can interpret financial reports, advise on tax code, and assess overall performance can be the difference between sleepless nights and peace of mind. The certified public accounting firm of Buckles, Travis, and Hart is your ally in making sure your business is performing at an optimum level. Call or contact today to find out how Buckles, Travis, and Hart can help fine-tune your business to create peak performance. 270-259-5604. GraysonCPAs.com.
Do you know what red flags to look for when considering an investment opportunity? Fraudulent sellers might make unsolicited contact, tell you everyone is buying it, and pressure you to invest right now. They make hefty promises over the phone, but never put them in writing. At the Department of Financial Institutions, we have a saying: If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. We're on a mission to educate Team Kentucky and protect your hard-earned dollars. Visit us online at kfi.ky.gov for more information.
Hey guys, it's Ashley. Sorry I missed your call. Please leave me a message.
That's Ashley's voice that I hear. And that's the only thing that the drunk driver has left me with.
Teresa Martinez will never forget the morning a police officer and a coroner showed up at her door.
And he placed my daughter's necklace and my daughter's ring in my hand. And that's when I knew that my daughter was gone.
Drive sober, Kentucky, because drunk driving is a dead end.
Paid with funds through the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Your adventure awaits at the Kentucky Horse Park. Experience live horse presentations, meet retired racing legends, and get up close to unique breeds from around the world. Dive into equine history at the park's International Museum of the Horse. And for a truly immersive experience, get in the saddle for a scenic horseback ride. With activities for every age, the Kentucky Horse Park promises an unforgettable journey for all. Plan your trip by visiting kyhorsepark.com. That's kyhorsepark.com.
Meta is building a giant AI model. Facebook chief Tom Allison says that when it is done, it will power Meta's entire video ecosystem. CEO Mark Zuckerberg recently said Meta is investing billions of dollars in NVIDIA processors to build out the company's AI infrastructure. European Union regulators want to know why Apple terminated Epic Games' developer account. An Epic executive says it was done in retaliation for lawsuits. The Fortnite maker had plans to launch its own app store on iOS in Europe and relaunch Fortnite on Apple's platform. Ex-owner Elon Musk says the social media platform is considering getting rid of a feature that shows how many likes and reposts a post gets. Speaking at a conference Wednesday, Musk said that info could clutter content on the service. Since buying the company, Musk has added a feature that allows people to see how many views a post has received. And a college in Southern California is the state's first to offer a degree in artificial intelligence. Mira Costa College in Oceanside granting associate's degrees in AI. Tech Report, Mark Mayfield, NBC.
Today is International Women's Day. First suggested back in 1910. It is Middle Name Pride Day. Proud of yours?
Well, I mean, I don't laugh because of the conversation with Alea.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's Proofreading Day.
It's a good thing to do.
Seems like there's less and less of that as the days go by. Tomorrow is, I have found Google Docs does a very good job of proofreading, by the way. Grammar and spelling.
Grammarly built into it, yep.
Barbie Day is tomorrow. Crab Meat Day is tomorrow. I don't see the crab meat sticks around here like I once did. You out on the crab meat sticks?
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I missed those. I forgot.
Tomorrow is Meatball Day. Tomorrow is also Fanny Pack Day. Don't do it.
I'm a fan.
You could fill up your fanny pack with meatballs.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of my fanny pack.
A little messy. Women, you've got the green light to fanny pack. Men, don't fanny pack.
You mean you don't fanny when you go to Disney?
Nope.
Oh, my
I'm a
goodness,
backpacker,
Sam.
if anything. Sunday, daylight saving time begins. Sunday is also Mario Day. Martin. Sunday, landline telephone day. On that day in 1876, AGB made the first telephone call. Today, celebrate your landline if you still have one. Meemaw. We have one temporarily. We won't have one for much longer again. What else to tell you about? Oh, daylight saving time, of course, begins, as I mentioned. The CDC or someone has decided that really daylight saving time doesn't have any minimal effect on heart health. I think the propagandists who are trying to get daylight saving time ended and just stay on one say, well, it messes with your heart, so you better not do it. So I think they've decided that might be hogwash or spin. Speaking of CDC and federal health, today is the last day to get free COVID tests. I guess that means it's officially finally over. The free trial for COVID-19 test ends March 8th. You can still get your 4 free rapid antigen tests through covid.gov or USPS. Maybe you might get some just for nostalgia's sake, just to put them up. They might be collector's items. 50 years from now on eBay, they might be going for a pretty penny.
I have some sitting right there.
You do? New inbox?
Yeah.
We don't want the used ones, Sam.
No.
Just new.
Yeah,
mint,
no, sitting.
mint
I'm looking at it right now.
Mint in box. Well, thanks for your patience during my absence this week. Monday afternoon, I had to hop a flight to Washington, D.C. to advocate for the issues of broadcasters, not just in the Commonwealth of KY, but in the United States. Tuesday was a day full of, you have what are called the State Leadership Conference. So the National Association of Broadcasters gathers these delegations from across the country, from the state associations, and it's a day of state of the industry, it's networking, it's also but hearing from members of Congress, and that's when I got an opportunity to meet with and see. He was offering remarks at our conference that we were in, is when I saw Mike Johnson. I didn't know Mike Johnson had broadcasting in his past, but he was a broadcaster at some point in time long ago from Louisiana, but I found him to be funny. And I think that he has the ability to not take himself too seriously, or he also knows how to not necessarily get mad at things. He's resilient, he appears to be. And I think his colleagues like him a lot. So, you know, anytime you get in those leadership positions, the opposition, no matter what side you're on, are going to vilify you. But I found him in that setting to be seemingly qualified for the job. So I look forward to seeing what he's going to be able to do. I also don't find him to be a my way or the highway type of person. You know, he clearly has to keep the GOP happy because they're the ones that elected him to be the Speaker of the House. But they have such a narrow majority now that you lose one person in the party or two people in the party. You basically, it's kind of 50-50 about like the Senate. But nonetheless, so then that meeting, by the way, is held at Nationals Ballpark. So you can tell, Sam, they're getting ready. They're doing a lot of work around the National Stadium. They're getting ready for the ball season.
I just saw a tweet come through. I think it's 20 days until opening day.
20 days till opening day. Well, it's going to be exciting. They probably do want to get their new schedules up at Nationals Ballpark because it's still the 2023 schedule on all the posters. And like, you all haven't done that part yet, but maybe they're waiting for last-minute schedule changes. Then on Wednesday was a day full of congressional meetings. So we had the opportunity. Kentucky has 8 different congressional offices. You got 2 senators and you have 6 congressmen currently. 1st districts through the 6th district. So we kind of go from office to office and meeting with each member of the delegation. If you're watching, you get to see having a conversation with Congressman Comer, who's chair of the House Oversight Committee. And we've known him, he's in our building when he was running for governor. He's in our building as ag commissioner. Then when he was running for governor, he'd been very collegial with us over the years. And he is very supportive of broadcasters' issues, so we're grateful for Congressman Comer's support. With the news last week about Leader McConnell stepping down from his leadership position at the end of the year, we being the Kentucky Broadcasters Association, have enjoyed really great access over the last several years because of the placement of Mitch McConnell. Not everybody, when they go to those meetings, go directly to the Capitol building. And so it's nice to have that. We made another trip on Wednesday to the speaker's balcony. So the speaker's balcony is adjacent to the Strom Thurmond room, and it has the best view in Washington. And it's where, when the Pope came to the United States to visit, where the Pope greeted the public, he was standing right there between where Glenn Haygood and Julie Schmidt are standing, centered up and looking. And so not everybody gets to go there, but it makes for a very dramatic photo. I have been to the speaker's balcony twice. I have photographs from the speaker's balcony twice, both of them cloudy, rainy days. So I'm like, you couldn't get
There's your picture.
Sunny one, please.
Couldn't get the sunny picture. But it's remarkable. It's like a postcard. And if you look straight down from the speaker's balcony, that's where they do the inaugural proceedings. They build a stage down there and they take the inaugural address. So anyway, I always tell you about Washington's a neat town. You can it's got an energy to it about democracy and such. And so those are some hidden areas. But I guess the highlight of my trip is that how much do I want to share of this?
I don't know. I don't even know if I know what's coming.
No, you don't, because it's really probably not important to anyone but me. But on the issue that I had to advocate for, it's the AM Radio for Every Vehicle Act. And that's where primarily the electric car manufacturers are trying to control what you see and hear and do on your dashboard in cars of the future. And we are saying, because of the emergency alert system, because of being a free public service, because of public safety, that you must leave AM radio in a car. And as a result, if you leave AM, you're probably going to leave FM, et cetera. But the entire emergency alert system is built on the backbone of 60 primary entry points, which are AM radio stations that have buried transmitters, that have buried generators, they're fortified from nuclear attack, et cetera, et cetera. So for you to leave AM radio out of a vehicle is going to cost lives. But Rand Paul doesn't like any government mandates. He would rather eliminate all mandates than add this, which he calls a mandate. Which I argue a steering wheel is a mandate, rear view mirrors is a mandate, airbags is a mandate, backup cameras is a mandate. So if you're requiring all of those, what makes this really any different? So this came up for a vote, this act came up for a vote on unanimous consent. And it's basically an informal vote where if they signal and say unanimous consent, then the bill moves forward without a whole lot of pomp and circumstance, and we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Let me rephrase. You wouldn't be listening to me right now on this subject had it not been for one vote. And the one vote was Rand Paul. It's 99-1. And so from a Kentucky congressional delegation, we kind of take a black eye because other broadcasters look at us going, what's the problem with your senator? Well, as you know, the relationship between our two senators has devolved and soured in the recent years and months. So that photograph that you might have seen a few minutes ago of me with Leader McConnell, I was explaining that he and I would not be having that conversation in that moment were it not for one contrarian in the Senate who happened to be the junior senator from the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And he howled at the idea of me calling Rand Paul a contrarian. So I thought, if I never make another impression on Mitch McConnell, I'm at least excited that was his takeaway. I thought contrarian was a good word.
That is a good word.
But my takeaway from that meeting with Leader McConnell was he said that when he steps down from his leadership position, he's still going to be there, but he was talking about he may have a few bricks to throw. Because in his leadership position, people are always throwing bricks. So he said, I might throw a brick or two once I'm no longer the leader. But anyway, very grateful for the experiences and for the time. And the two of you, Sam and Beej, know that I like that stuff. So it's part responsibility and it's part have to, part get to. So I appreciated the opportunity. All right, from important things about democracy and the democratic process to dunking your head in a vat of pickle juices at the store. One of the hardest segues ever attempted. Right? Police in South New Jersey are trying to find a man at the center of an apparent social media stunt. Glassboro police shared the pictures of the man who they say walked into a Heritage store and dunked his head into a large bin of pickles. Bobbing for pickles. The store then had to remove the pickles for sanitary reasons, obviously. Police say he was recording himself as he did it, making them believe he was doing it to then post on social media for attention. Is this a new thing? Is this an isolated incident? Do we know?
I don't know, but he's getting attention.
Sam's rolling eyes.
You're asking the wrong person here.
asking that you don't keep up to date with the
No,
challenges?
I thought that was UConn's job on the show.
Oh, well, yeah, he would be good at it, I suppose.
He's the one that has the most direct interaction with children who would be at the age of doing it.
That's true, but in a few more years, I have fear that we're dealing with it too.
Alea's not quite there yet, but
no, she's not.
But so pretty much once Trey is past that age, Alea will take over, and you'll be able to take that role.
Oh, thank goodness for that. A museum in St. Louis is celebrating a local holiday by asking visitors to wear underwear on their heads for a Guinness World Record. The City Museum said it hopes to gather at least 314 people on 314 Day, which is a March 14 holiday, celebrating the 314 area code, which covers St. Louis. The current record of 270 people was set at a Naperville, Illinois bookstore in 2012 to celebrate the release of the book in the Captain Underpants series. The museum said underwear, presumably clean, will be provided to participants around 1:45 on March the 14th, and they need more than 271 people to, they want to get 314 people.
Listen, I would so do it. Like,
You would do it?
oh yeah. Would you all not if you lived there?
Oh, yeah, if I lived there, I would.
Right?
If I
I
was-
mean,
No,
if you
I'm
lived
not-
there, Sam.
I'm not driving there to do it. I mean, maybe we can.
But if you,
Should we try
but
and
if you
break it
live
then in
there-
Litchfield? Whatever they get, let's just break
I
it.
mean, that's not that many people.
It's really
with
not.
Wears on their head.
But we're only the 270, so
Yeah.
we're going to have
I'm
to-
from the 859.
All right, we're going to go. We're doing it at Sam's house. Everybody load up. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. Got more on the way here on In the Know.
Thinking about furthering your education? At Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, you'll get a high-quality education close to home at a cost that won't break the bank. Enjoy small class sizes with professors who take a personal interest in your success. Scholarships are still available, making our low tuition even more affordable. ECTC's Litchfield campus is now enrolling for classes that start March 11th. Call 270-259-1540 or visit elizabethtown.kctcs.edu to get started. ECTC, college for the real world.
Do you have an idea for a book, fiction, nonfiction, or a children's book? We can help you put it together and bring it to market at Dorrance Publishing. We have thousands of testimonials from people just like you that we've helped get their books sold in stores and online. We've even got a service called The Writer's Coach. It's perfect for people that have a book idea in their head and they just need someone to help them put it on paper. Dorrance Book Publishing has been helping people just like you who have a book idea, written or not, for over 100 years. Imagine being counted among the most famous authors in the world with your very own book. Call right now and let us help you turn a book idea into reality. It's easier than you think. You just need a little help. Call us now.
800-879-4098. 800-879-4098. 800-879-4098. That's 800-879-4098.
On the basketball court, you have to know where the lines are. It's just as important to know where the lines are in your own yard. Kentucky law generally requires you to have underground utility lines located before most excavation work, even if it's on your own property. If you don't call 811 and you damage a natural gas line, the Kentucky Public Service Commission will investigate you and you may be fined up to $1,250. Much better to stay within the bounds of the law and call before you dig to start putting in that backboard or goalpost. For more information, visit psc.ky.gov. This message brought to you by the Kentucky Public Service Commission.
Your adventure awaits at the Kentucky Horse Park. Experience live horse presentations, meet retired racing legends, and get up close to unique breeds from around the world. Dive into equine history at the park's International Museum of the Horse. And for a truly immersive experience, get in the saddle for a scenic horseback ride. With activities for every age, the Kentucky Horse Park promises an unforgettable journey for all. Plan your trip by visiting kyhorsepark.com. That's kyhorsepark.com.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Rounds of rain in the forecast for today with highs in the 60s. More rain tonight as temperatures fall down into the 40s and low 50s. For tomorrow, we'll start off with the widespread rain becoming more scattered as the afternoon goes along. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew.
Today's Did You Know is brought to you by ECTC's Litchfield campus, celebrating 10 years right here in Litchfield. It's college for the real world. It's affordable and lots of great opportunities. Your life will be changed. Figure out your financial aid. They do have a new 8-week advantage starting on Monday, so now's a good time to kind of start thinking about your next onboarding point for ECTC's Litchfield campus. Did you know that a woodpecker's tongue wraps around its brain to protect it during high-speed pecking?
Oh, wow.
Like,
that just...
Interesting.
Does it have bubble wrap on it? They never displayed that on the Woody Woodpecker show.
No.
Yeah.
You would think that would be something they might want to illustrate.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wraps around.
Yeah.
I mean,
would you want to do that?
No, I don't really want to do any high-speed pecking.
Well, I was more meaning about the tongue around the brain part.
Nah, it's all right. My brain's so small it wouldn't take much, but I mean, it's all right. The weekend movie premieres Kung Fu Panda 4.
Oh.
That's Jack Black, Seth Rogen, and Angelina Jolie. I guess they got the whole band back together there. Imaginary is out this weekend. DeWanda Wise, Tegan Burns, and Tom Payne. That is a PG-13 horror mystery. And then a PG-13 biography drama called Cabrini, the story of Francesca Cabrini, a poor woman who, through her willpower, courage, and business skill, became a great entrepreneur. All right.
Okay.
Sounds great to me.
Does Alea like the Kung Fu Pandas? Or is that too old for her? Not meaning as far as just...
Now, I'm not so sure that when Anna would keep her, that Anna may have watched a Kung Fu Panda with her.
Okay.
Bold prediction. Kung Fu Panda 4 wins the weekend box office. A taste of things to come Monday.
They're a DreamWorks, so...
Yeah.
Speaking of movies and popular movies, Inside Out 2 gets released in theaters June 14, and we know a little bit more about the new emotions that are being added. So being added to joy, sadness, and anger are anxiety. There will be a perpetually jealous animated character called Envy. Then an eye-rolling Inui emotion, E-N-N-U-I. I don't know what that is, E-N-N-U-I. And then apparently Cole Hauser from Yellowstone, he voices a burly yet red-faced character of embarrassment.
This is great. I
Yeah.
think they will do a great job with this.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, I am too.
Inui is boredom, or as this describes it, the blahs.
Ah, okay. All right. The Blas character. They did not get... So Mindy Kaling and Bill Hader are out. You know, they didn't... they wanted more money. So Tony Hale replaces Bill Hader, and Liza Lapira is replacing Mindy Kaling. But if you keep Poehler, right? Amy Poehler's the lead, so if you can keep her, you're good.
Tony Hale's funny too.
Yeah, Phyllis from The Office is also good. You know, she's got a very kind of distinct delivery.
She's like the depressed one, right?
Sadness. Yeah, she's very... Now, I don't know, they better not get that confused with the Blas. You know, they have to have walls in some way. Bon Jovi's docuseries that is coming out, The Thank You Goodnight, is coming out on Hulu April 26th, and it will revisit their rocky past. You know, the Richie Sambora, John Bon Jovi relationship has been troubled. Plenty of hurdles and obstacles, and apparently that does make it into the docuseries. I did not know until perhaps Monday that CBS ordered a straight-to-series show that is a spin-off of Young Sheldon. You all talked about this?
We did.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
go
so
ahead.
so Georgie and Mandy
You're
are gonna raise. They're gonna continue that on, but maybe you don't know this. Maybe you do know this. Did you tell the Jim Parsons Mayim Bialik news?
No.
This was not part of it, but I have seen this.
So Jim Parsons, who has maintained connection to the show because he's the narrator of Young Sheldon, but he and Mayim Bialik will appear in the finale of Young Sheldon. Okay. So they will get as far as where Amy Farrah Fowler and Old Sheldon make it on screen in the finale of, which is May 16th, I think is coming.
Yeah, I think I saw somebody had a prediction in the and I think I was reading some comment section of how they'll do it, and they said, because I think it's expected that the show ends with them dropping him off in L.A., and it'd be one of those things that they drop him off, but when he gets out of the car, it's Jim Parsons. As if to kind of like they shift forward to now we're in Big Bang Theory, as that was kind of one of the predictions. And I was like, oh, well, that makes sense.
1 week we learn Oprah is leaving the board of directors and donating all of her Weight Watchers stock. 1 week later, we find out that she will tackle the impact of prescription weight loss medications in an ABC special that will be coming to TV on March the 18th. Aha! Weight Watchers got word that she's doing a special on ABC on March the 18th about prescription drug weight loss, and they said you can't do both. Now, if she's being a journalist about it on the other side, then what would they care if she's telling the facts? But they may think in the end of the day that this is better. It's going to end up being better for prescription drugs than Weight Watchers. But I'm here to tell you, you probably need to do both. The prescription should pave the way toward lifestyle challenges or changes. So the two can work together. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. Wrap it up for the weekend here on In the Know.
Conflict in marriage can be painful, but handled well, it can actually have a bright side. The key is healthy conflict. Learning to disagree well offers couples an opportunity to create something better in their relationship. When you and your spouse don't see eye to eye, the first thing to do is remember positive rules for engagement. Many couples quickly escalate into combat mode, which deepens their conflict instead of resolving it. When you disagree, listen first. Make sure you're hearing each other well before you start arguing your point of view. Second, instead of allowing things to get heated, call for a timeout. In the midst of conflict, your feelings can trick you into believing a situation is different than it really is. Hit the pause button and de-escalate your emotions. Come back to your discussion later when cooler heads prevail. Next, discover the truth. Emotions don't always equate to facts. At best, they're warnings that alert us to a problem. Wisdom cuts through the fog and helps us see what's really going on. Finally, keep your objectives clear. The key to reconciliation is resolving the problem, not winning the argument. Lose sight of that and you'll lose even when you win. Every couple can learn to communicate better about their disagreements. Managed well, conflict can lead to a healthier relationship and greater intimacy. To help your marriage thrive, visit FocusOnTheFamily.com. I'm Jim Daly.
The words you are about to hear are taken from letters sent in by members of the Trinity Debt Management Program.
Dear Trinity, today I'm making my final credit card payment.
Before I came to you, I was in a constant state of anxiety and panic, but now there is hope for my family's financial future.
Working with Trinity made me understand that I'm not alone.
You really do help people.
Your kindness will never be forgotten. Without Trinity's support, I would not have achieved my lifelong goal of becoming debt-free.
We saved a lot on interest and penalties, of course, but the reward was the gift of human kindness.
Trinity has carried me through a very difficult time in my life. You're amazing.
I used to feel so anxious and hopeless. Now I feel grace and peace.
God bless Trinity as you continue to help others become debt-free.
If credit card debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
MB's Point to Ponder for today. Who would play you in a biopic about your life? So, movie biography about your life. What actor would play you? Since the Oscars are coming up on Sunday is why I'm asking. They're going to be handing out a bunch of Academy Awards, so that made me wonder.
Definitely The Rock.
The Rock would play Sam. Facsimiles, mirror images.
I don't know if it's because I've been watching the show, but maybe Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez, okay.
I mean, she's got the round cheeks. I don't know. She can do I don't know. She has a broad range.
I had a really hard time, and I still don't know that I've settled.
Okay.
I just started like, okay, well, how are we going to play this? You know, and does it have to be a funny person? Does it have to be a serious person, a stoic person? Like, what story are we telling? Are we telling all of them? Maybe this is like Inside Out. Maybe I have 5 different people. So, but it did make me wonder. Have you all seen Vince Vaughn recently?
No, but that's not somebody that I seek.
Vince Vaughn needs to give it up. His forehead has turned into a 7 head. Like, he's still got that big tall hair, but it's now like has crossed over the apex of his head, and it's like going down the backside, and it looks ridiculous. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'm just gonna say Tom Hanks. I want Tom Hanks to play me. That's what
I can't.
But yeah, he's maybe like in a DraftKings commercial or a BetMGM, or Vince Vaughn is in a current commercial that they show during sporting events. And I saw it the other night and I thought, that is ridiculous. Give it up. It looks like there's a cave underneath the top of his hair where small animals might be living back in there. Sorry, Baba Ganoush. I love you, but I just...
I'm not finding a terrible, picture of it.
Yeah, I just did a Google and couldn't find anything.
Vince Vaughn.
Over the top.
Vince Vaughn new commercial. Maybe try that. On television, SWAT's on tonight. Shark Tank is on tonight. Tomorrow night, SNL, Josh Brolin is the host. Ariana Grande is the musical guest. The Academy Awards, hosted by Jimmy Kimmel, are on Sunday.
Sam, if you're interested, we caught up on the 2 episodes of Survivor last night. So.
Today's highlight in history, this day 1971, in the first of 3 fights between Ali and Frazier. Frazier defeated Ali by decision in what was billed the fight of the century. Ronald Reagan first called the Soviet Union, the evil empire, this date in 1983, giving me a phrase that I still use quite often to this day. Birthdays today. Mickey Dolenz is 79. Gary Newman is 66. Here in my car. Lester Holt is 65. Cameron Manheim is 63. Freddie Prinze Jr. is 48. James Vanderbeek is 47. Was he QB2 that turned into QB1? Gone but unforgotten, Hannah Van Buren is 1783, former First Lady. Alan Hale Jr., who played the skipper on Gilligan's Island, was born this day in 1921. Lynn Redgrave in 1943. Randy Meisner from the Eagles in 1946. Chart toppers. We have several of them today, and I am running out of time. Let's go to 1952. Pee Wee King was number 1 with Slowpoke.
Keep me waiting till it's getting aggravating. You're a slowpoke.
Oh, I can think of times to use that song. That was Pee Wee King. 1961, Chubby Checker, Pony Time. Thank you, Chubby. Hi, my name's Chubby. Let's go to 1970, CCR number 1, Traveling Band.
737 coming out of the sky. Oh, won't you take me down to Memphis on a midnight ride? I wanna move.
Gotta get to the 1979 number 1. The Gibb Brothers. Go up top. Thank you.
They're just for you, Connie.
Gotta hit that high note. Oh, 1988. Rick Astley.
You're Rick-rolling us.
You've been Rick-rolled.
Now, how do you Did you like Stephen and I's attire on Tuesday that we at least started the broadcast with? Did you see it?
No, I didn't get to watch it. I was tied up. Sorry.
Well, look at us.
Oh, you're looking good. Oh, that's great.
I don't know if you saw it, Christy, or not, but listen.
No, I hadn't. That's fantastic.
He wasn't there, so we had to do our own.
I got to. That's awesome. I didn't get to see it, but I sure did get to see the audience numbers. Let's see. Spice Girls Wannabe in 97. No, nobody wants to take a bite on that. Okay. Be Without You, Mary J. Blige in 06.
We had great numbers. Yeah, absolutely.
Is their logo on the floor?
I'm not allowed to say that.
Okay.
I'm apparently I'm like been put into timeout. But it's funny that, you know, Grayson County and Edmonson County, you know, we might be rivals, but this is one thing, like we come together and we fight.
They can't stand it because they know it's true. They have no defense. You know, that's the thing. They can't.
Have you not?
No, it's not an advantage.
Have you not seen the parking? There's great parking there.
Oh, yeah.
You know how much they pay them $35,000 a year.
I never have a problem parking at Grayson County High School. By the way, Ellie Goulding, Love Me Like You Do, #1 in 2015.
I don't need to get myself fired up again.
I ran us late. Sorry, it's my fault. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today says, do not set aside your happiness. Do not wait to be happy in the future. The best time to be happy is always now. The best time to be happy is always now. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here on Monday for another edition of our show. For Sam Gormley, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
Powering through the Twin Lakes with the best mix of music, news, weather, and fun. If it's in the Twin Lakes,